Hey everybody, welcome back to the Surf Run channel. We are in week 15. We're wrapping up week 15, in fact, of 16 weeks of San Diego Marathon training. I can't believe it. Whoo, 15 weeks into it. We are one day away from race week. This is crazy, but I'm super excited. Very excited about the upcoming race. I feel like I'm in a pretty good place to have a fun time running through the streets of San Diego for my 15th San Diego Marathon, and I think it's my 12th consecutive. So we are there. We're almost in race week. In fact, for today, I've only got a couple more miles left to get my 20 miles in for the week, which included some hill work with the Stay Fit crew on Tuesday. We did 4 miles. I did it moderate. I got some bit of a moderate injury, if you want to call it that, so I took it easy that day. Real easy hills. Wednesday, I did cross training at Bear Down, all upper body, nothing on the lower half at all, with moderate weights. Just felt good to be back at Bear Down. It always feels good to be in Bear Down, but just to kind of just keep that heart rate up and do a little bit of cardio, which was great. Hit the bike, right? Low impact, that was nice. And Thursday, really weird on Thursday, in fact, so I did not run on Thursday. Now that's the first Thursday I haven't run in 15 weeks. So really felt totally different on Thursday. Thursday evening going, normally lacing up and heading out, and I'm not running. So that was kind of a bizarre feeling to not run on Thursday. And so Thursday I didn't do anything. Friday, more cross training at Bear Down. That was a kind of a mixed workout, both upper and lower body, but I made sure that I kept the effort level down and the impact down and the weights down, just had some fun. Again, it's more of like a mental confidence thing, I guess, you know, for me to feel as if I'm still working out and kind of maintaining my level of fitness by going to Bear Down. Plus, it's always fun working out with that crew and the coaches. And on Saturday, I decided to do a kind of a race rehearsal, if you will, for Saturday. I haven't run with the Stay Fit Temecula run group on a Saturday morning for probably 2 years. They always meet so early in the morning. I'm not a morning runner, so I'm there almost every Tuesday, but it's been quite some time since I've joined them on Saturday. So I did that this Saturday, 7 a.m., 10-mile run. Always cool, so cool to see everybody. Kind of did a race rehearsal, if you will. I ran in the exact same shoes that I'll be running the race in. They're the Nike Zoom Fly 4. In fact, it's the same pair I wore in last year's San Diego Marathon. So, but I have not run in those shoes since last year. And I didn't wear the same kit, but I wore pretty close to the same kit, nearly the same shorts and shirt, and took the same fuel with me. So yeah, like I said, it was kind of a rehearsal for next week's race, of course. Even to the extent of the night before on Friday night, I had some spaghetti. I tried to get a good night's rest. I hydrated. So yeah, that all worked out great, you know, and it was a total blast running with that group on Saturday. And we went out really easy. In fact, 10 miles, I think our average pace was 8:11. I had some moments during that run with Marcin and Jerome running where my foot just had, when I landed, just extreme pain. And in fact, I even walked a little bit because it was hurting so bad. I was running on the outside of my foot too, trying to compensate. So yeah, that was a super frustrating run, but that part of it anyways. But because running with some 2 good running buddies, the miles just flew by because we were just kind of chatting the entire time about not only next week's race, but other races and just running and life in general. So it was actually a fun run. I'm glad I did that. And yeah, so that was Saturday's run. Wow, I felt not too confident in my recovery on that foot after that run, but I am 3 miles into a 6-mile run right now and no issues with my foot. So today's running goal, I was trying to do 10 miles and kind of test out my fitness. Now 8 days out from the San Diego Marathon. That goal, or that type of run, is done. I've had these crazy sharp pains in my foot that it's excruciating. I'm literally running right now, my left foot like on the far edge of my foot, just trying to, I don't know, baby it, cushion it. But every now and then I forget, and I run a regular stride, land regularly, and then my foot calls me out on it, and it's just a horrible pain. I feel like it's starting to go into my ankle. This is not good. Super frustrated. I'm angry. I want to run 1 week. And I can't test myself in a 10-miler. This would be one of those like confidence building runs. And then just go into the final week recovering. Well, now I'm forced to go in the final week recovering by icing, elevating. I don't know. 8.5 miles into, or 1.5 to go. Today's run is going so far so good. So I'm going to say as positive as I can, and next week will definitely include icing my foot and elevating my foot and staying off of my foot. So next week's workouts, it's race week, crazy. Race week is, the first half of the week is, I don't do any carbs, no sugar. I'm obviously resting. Monday's a full rest day. Tuesday will be an easy day if I run at all, because this is injury permitting, I guess, if I go and do the Stay Fit or go run with the Stay Fit crew on Tuesday. I probably shouldn't. I should probably take Tuesday off entirely, Monday and Tuesday off entirely. Next week's volume is meant to be 10 miles, not including obviously the race, of course, but 10 miles prior to the race. So that does mean I need to get 2 runs in next week, and which of those 2 days I'm going to honestly just kind of just play that one as I feel. So I might just end up taking entirely Monday and Tuesday off. Wednesday, I would like to get into bear down and do some upper body workout. Real easy, low effort, again, just to feel like I'm, you know, keeping that momentum going and working out with a good crew and staying positive. So that's the intent of that workout, and like I said, I'll take it pretty moderately. Take all the efforts, whatever it is we're doing that day on Wednesday, do it moderately, which typically, like I said, is mostly upper body, not lower body anyways. So Thursday will probably be the day that I get that first run in. So Thursday, maybe do a 5 to 6 mile run. We'll see where I am at that point. Probably 6 miles. So Thursday will probably be a 6 mile run. Easy, of course. Friday will be a day off of rest. I might go to bear down for the second time. We'll see how that goes. I love the Friday sessions at noon. So in all likelihood, I probably will go on Friday. Again, low effort and low impact. Probably do some warm-ups on the bike prior to that session, prior to actually the actual like hit session. Saturday is when I will do this. It's a carbo load method that I've used and deployed, again, probably for the past like 8 marathons and other races as well, including half Ironmans or half Ironman and half marathons, where Saturday morning, which just the day before a race, I do a 1 mile warm up. I do 3 800-meter sprints with about a minute recovery in between, then a 1 mile cool down. I basically run to depletion. I run to glyco depletion. I just burn my way through those 800 meters as hard as I can. We're talking probably 530 paces, and to exhaustion. Not to injury, but to exhaustion. The idea behind that is to kind of deplete all the stores of glycogen within my system, and then for the rest of Saturday to restore that, right? I've got a morning meal, a mid-morning meal, I've got a lunch meal, I've got a mid-evening or mid-afternoon snack, then I've got dinner, then I've got a late snack, and that all includes like oatmeal, bananas, Ensures, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, orange juice, apple juice. Dinner includes a really simple spaghetti with tomato sauce and basil, maybe some bread, maybe a couple of beers. The beers really, they not only hydrate, but they also just kind of relax me. So just a light beer might do that. And then for an evening stack, that would probably just be a bar, maybe another Ensure. The idea again is to just kind of restore everything that I just depleted, top off the glycogen stores. That's the theory anyways. And it seems to have worked for me. It's a fun workout. It's a very structured day, and I feel like I need that for a day before a race. To have my day all planned out and structured, down to dinner reservations. I've got dinner reservations at 5:30 in Little Italy, which is there near the finish line. I'm staying in San Diego, right at the finish line festival area. It's a 2-mile walk to the start, so the hotel is already figured out, and I'm very well versed in how to get in and out of that expo without staying on your feet without staying on my feet for too long. My son and I need to go pick up our packets, of course, on Saturday. Early afternoon, hopefully, then go check into the hotel, then go have dinner, and then just relax for the rest of the day, rest of the night. Hopefully get a good night's rest. Yeah, that's the plan all the way up till Saturday. Of course, Sunday is race morning, and right now I've waking up at, I think it's 4:15, leaving the hotel to walk to the start at 5:20. It's 2 miles to the start. I'm thinking 20-minute per mile walk to get there. That should be enough time. That should get us to the start at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is 15 minutes before the start of the race. The race starts at 6:15. So getting there at the start, right at the corral 2. I think I'll be in corral 2 this year. Not totally sure yet, but I prefer to start in corral 2. Definitely not any further back, that's for sure. Corral 1, maybe that's a bit too ambitious, I guess, but no deeper than corral 2. As a marathoner, you should be up there anyways, because you got a long way to go, because the start is a mix of half marathon and marathon runners. So yeah, corral 2 will probably be where I'm at, but if we get there at 6 o'clock, that's plenty of time to just a little stretch, national anthem, get some photos. Hopefully, I know that I'll see a lot of fellow friends and family that will be running. Big shout out to Kenny, by the way, running the San Diego half marathon. So super stoked to see you and your crew. I hope you're watching this right now, and if you are, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, kids. Big shout out to Kenny, huge inspiration. I know not only to his kids, but Kenny, you're an inspiration to me, and I absolutely wish you the best possible race, and I'm happy you're running it. I'm happy to see you, and not only am I happy or hoping nothing but the best for your race, but also for your next chapter, for your future endeavors. So hope you have a great race. Look forward to seeing you both at the start line and for sure at the finish line. So, all right, yeah, cool. And thanks for everybody who's actually watching the channel. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me that you have taken some time to watch the video. And for those who have commented, either in the comments below or while out running, I do appreciate that. You know, and I'm definitely getting something out of it. I'm learning a lot about my training and my running, being able to just kind of articulate and describe them. This is a fun experience. So I hope it's been fun for you as well. And I do want to say, if I've mentioned running with this local running club, Stay Fit Temecula, a bunch of times on all of these 15 weeks prior. I highly encourage you, especially the kids out there watching, that get yourself into a local youth running club. Do it. Or if you're older, go ahead and join. There's a local running club. They guarantee you there's 1 or 2 in your area. I have found it immensely beneficial and a ton of fun to meet up. Well, what I do is once a week, occasionally Saturdays, right? I ran with the Stay Fit crew on Saturday, and it was the first time in probably over a year that I've done the Saturday morning runs, because God, I get up so early and run so early. Not an early morning runner. So, but I made myself get up this Saturday and go run with them, and I don't regret it. It was great seeing them out there running with other people and being social about it. It's very inspiring and motivating to do so. So do it. I can't believe it. Tomorrow is the start of race week. It's crazy. Week 16 of 16 is next week. Yeah, I wish everybody who is running the San Diego Marathon and half marathon, or even the 5K next week, the best of luck. And I hope your training's gone great. And please like and share and subscribe, and of course comment below. How many takes do I got here? I try and do these in like one take, so I don't have to do much editing, but I feel like I'm missing something, right? I went through this week's, I went through next week. I don't know if I went through maybe it is one thing I was thinking of actually sharing with you is what I plan on doing on the course on Saturday, because the next video that comes out will be the race recap. So maybe I'll take this moment to kind of go through exactly what I plan on doing on the course on race day. So having done this course now a few times, I'm pretty familiar with the fact that there is water every mile and there is Gatorade every even mile. So every other mile starting at mile 2. So that's, they got Gatorade out on the course. And again, water at every mile. And what I typically do is I take water almost every station. Just take a cup, whether I just take a tiny sip or I down it, or I just pour it over my head. I take 1 cup every mile. Maybe later in the race, I might actually end up taking 2 cups. Get a cup at the very beginning. That one would be to take a drink out of, then take a cup at the very end to then just pour down the back and cool off with. Like I said, I will be sipping on Gatorade at mile 2, mile 6, mile 10, mile 14. So I won't be drinking Gatorade at every Gatorade station, but I will every other Gatorade station. So on the even miles, 2, 6, every 4 miles, as I see fit. And then I've got, I'll be taking the Awesome Sauce gels with me. I'll be taking 4 along with me. I will only be taking 3 along the way, but I've dropped gels in races, and I don't want to make that mistake. So I've always got an extra gel just in case, like an emergency break glass scenario. So yeah, I will be taking a gel at mile 8, mile 13, mile 18, and then if I need to take that 4th one or anything, mile 23, which is I think they've got an aid station there at mile 23. Might be right at the start of the hill at mile 22, but at that point in the race, I'll take whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of my fueling strategy, and I'll actually take a permanent marker and mark on my arm the miles in which I'll be taking my gels. You know, and it's in my mind, I'll know to just, when I see a water station, take some water, and Gatorade as I see fit. Yeah, so that's the fueling strategy. The actual course strategy, I don't know if I actually did go through the entire course in past videos or not. I know I went the first 8, maybe even through the first 16, but I guess maybe to cap that off, the idea really would be to try and get to the top of the 2-mile hill, the 163 hill, which is mile 24, with enough like energy, I guess, and enough strength and willpower to take advantage of those last 2 miles, which are mostly downhill. You've just done 2 miles of uphill, you've lost some time for sure, and now it's time to get some of that back in those final couple of miles. So I highly encourage that you do take advantage of, especially mile 24 to 25 is definitely downhill as you enter San Diego, downtown San Diego. There's a slight uphill when you make this right turn at mile 25, I guess. But then the finish line, which is maybe 1/4 mile, is all downhill, so you can take advantage of that as well, and you can just fly down that hill as you see the finish line way down there, and you see the bay behind it. It's a really exciting finish. I love that part of the course. There's lots of parts of the course that I really love and can't wait. Of course, I dig the hill, the finish line, as I just mentioned. Mile 13, as you're making that descent down through Old Town, I guess, down towards the San Diego River. Mile 14 through 16 is a little iffy. I know some people don't necessarily like that part of the course. You've got the river on the right, you've got the Highway 8 on the left. It's dead flat right there. I don't mind it. It's you can kind of see a couple bridges out where you finally hit mile 16 and come back. So that's how I see it. So, but some people, my son, for example, says he just did not like that part of the course at all. You're on a bike path, and it's flat and not very scenic. But then again, maybe it is scenic. You got a beautiful river to your right. But yeah, there's also another part of the course which I think I often forget, and a lot of runners who've never run the course might be surprised when they come across this. There's a 1/10 of a mile crazy steep part of the course on the marathon side at mile 9, where there's a bit of a diversion that the course takes you. I guess I think it's to get from one side of the road to the other. I believe that's the purpose of this little diversion, but that diversion, what it does is you make this left off of this long straightaway, and then you go 1 block, and then you turn right, and you go straight up this hill. It's 1 block, it's very short, and it really doesn't have much consequence on ultimately, you know, your time, but it's a crazy, just super steep hill right there where you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this part. So, but it's fun. Yeah, if you have any other questions about the race or about the course, about anything, comment below. Hope to see a lot of you out in the race. Good luck to Kenny. Best race ever. Good luck to you marching too. You're running the half marathon. You just did La Jolla. This is not going to be an issue for you. And good luck to a good friend of mine, Andre. He's running the full marathon, so that's going to be fun racing together. And I want to give obviously a huge shout out to my son who's running. This will be his 3rd marathon. Go Kaylin. And Sydney, she's running her first San Diego half marathon. She's run a marathon before. She knows what suffering means, and hopefully she's suffering less this particular half marathon, but good luck to you. And good luck to Paul, who's another member of the Stay Fit crew who moved, but look forward to seeing you again this next year at San Diego. And I know I've seen your training, so it's going really well for you. I believe you also did La Jolla half marathon just a few weeks back. So yeah, and to the rest of all of you who will be there, let's get on with race week. It's time. We're down to it. Excited, ready to do this. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching the Surf Run channel. Till next week. God, I got ants all over me, I think. Just realized I'm sitting in an ant pile, so that should be interesting.